Hi guys, I'm back
Hi.
again. I'm Michelle.
I'm Lyndal.
We're twins from Australia.
Yep, Perth twins.
Yay, good old Aussies. I just want to let you know that today's going to be a little bit more of a short video, just a quick update, and just so Lyndal can let you know about her cancer, the journey she's actually been on with the second diagnosis that she's got now and what that means for her.
Well, the first time I was diagnosed was in 2005, and then it was close to 5 years ago that they found out the cancer had returned. In those 7 to 10 years that the cancer was in remission, so to speak, that we thought, I had no scans done or anything to have x-rays or scans done, even though I was complaining to doctors that I was feeling pain in my back. And then I got quite a bad pain in my rib. So I was eventually sent to a breast specialist at Fiona Stanley, and then they did an x-ray on my rib where the pain was. I received a phone call a few days later saying, "We need you to come back in. The results from the x-ray don't look good." So I did go back just thinking that I had a broken rib. There's no way I had cancer. I really believed it wasn't cancer, it was a broken rib. And then unfortunately, yep, it was definitely cancer. They then had to do a biopsy, which was extremely uncomfortable, and I couldn't go to sleep, be put to sleep with it. I had to have just people standing around me and hold me while they hammered a needle into the lower bones of my spine, and oh my gosh, it was terrible. But they had to get a biopsy done. The biopsy was tested and came back that it was showing cancer positive, and it was breast cancer, not a different cancer from the 10 years. It was the same cancer that had come back. So then I was put on hormonal therapy, and I sort of tolerated that quite well, even though it did cause a lot of pain throughout my joints, and was causing a lot of headaches as well. But I did get that to keep me stable for approximately 2 years before there was a change in the cancer. So it's in my ribs, which is a tumour in my ribs, as well as lesions. I'm not too sure how to say that word. Lesions in my rib area as well, but a tumour there, a tumour in the middle of my spine, and then a lot of cancer throughout my spine, right through my neck, and also cancer in a small amount in my hips, and also in the back of my skull now. And it's been, since they took me off the hormone therapy, they ended up putting me on the chemo tablets, which I was already suffering enough with pain and being tired, so headaches that were so debilitating that it has stopped me flat from being able to do any physical work whatsoever. So I'm extremely limited to what I can do. The chemo tablets I was probably on it's probably about a year. They put me on 2 different ones that made me very, very ill. One, I nearly got a really bad chest infection, and one of the side effects I do have is neuropathy. So I can feel I've lost half the feeling in one of my feet, and I've lost the feeling in the tips of my fingers of my right hand. And my headaches were so severe that eventually they decided to admit me to hospital, and then they did a spinal tap, or some people call it a lumbar puncture, to look for meningitis that could be causing such severe headaches. Scans didn't show that there was cancer in the brain, but just in my skull. So I had the lumbar puncture done. Then 3 days, I can't remember how many days, 3 days after, I was able to go home. And by the time I got home, I was in severe pain. And as I do, I tried to tolerate it for so long till I had to ring my sister up to take me to hospital. And they gave me a strong pain medication for it. And then I went home, and then eventually back there again the next day. I ended up having to have 3 epidural patches in my spine to cover what they thought was a leak in the fluid from the spine. I can't think of it, sorry guys, what it's actually called, but it's what our spine and our brain sits in. And they actually released some of that fluid out of my spine. I signed the papers for it. If I had known what I was signing for, I would never have done it, ever have done it. And I would recommend anyone else not to have it done, because it caused me severe pain where I could not even stand up with the headaches. And then getting the cancer in the back of my skull has become so intense as well that I try and take painkillers to stop the pain in my back and my neck and my hips. Might help that, but then the tablets, painkillers, make my headaches worse. So I try and take a strong painkiller, fix the pain in my head, but doesn't then help. It's really tricky. Everyone has to learn their own pain management a different way. But yeah, I'm suffering quite a bit with the neuropathy, and just it's exhausting. It's so exhausting being so unwell for so long. I've been on chemo. I thought it was only about a year, but now I think about it, it's actually probably over a year I've been on chemo. So they took me off the chemo tablets, then put me on the IV drip, which was terrifying for me, because it really took me back to the 15 years ago when I first had it. But I was more, they treat you different when it's the first time. Something to do with the second time, when it's actually secondary cancer now, or they call it metastasised. But the other horrible word, which I don't like using, is it's terminal cancer. It is now stage 4. I didn't realise that. I didn't even ask until someone said to me, you have stage 4 cancer, when I saw a different doctor. And I was in so much shock. I was thinking it was stage 2. I didn't know it was terminal. So that was very frightening for me and for my whole family. Then that chemo made me so unwell, and I also was allergic to it, so they had very close watch over me as it was administered to me, because my reaction was my throat swelled up and I couldn't breathe, so it was they had to give me antihistamine, a very strong dose, before they could actually give me the chemo. So that was frightening in itself. And I have seen other people that have had a bad reaction in there myself, and it's a horrible thing to watch. It's very frightening. So the chemo was affecting me really bad, so they had to take me off a few times. Now I've been on three different chemos now. No, sorry. Yeah, three different chemos. They have offered me a different chemo, that would be the 4th one. But it's not, I need to take a step into faith and take this into my own hands, I believe. I believe that I can heal myself through water and diet alone, juicing, all the goodness, all the good foods to get my immune system back strong again. And I've worked on my emotions, which I believe, and trauma from my past. That also, I believe, is the reason why I have cancer, and also financial stress. The cost of myself living with cancer it's so high. By the time I buy the right veggies, I'm trying to get CBD oil, and you only get 10 mils. It's such an expensive price. And I just need to have all good food, and I can't work. I've now been out of work for 4 years, so myself and my 2 boys that are living at home, it's very difficult, and I'm suffering quite a bit in pain, and it's not easy watching my children see me in pain. So I always try and put on a brave face, because that's just the way I am. I don't believe I have to walk around and act like I have cancer, even though I do have it, but I mean, I don't have to show how unwell I feel. I would prefer to show people that I'm in a happy place.
Yeah.
And even though I'm not well, but
yeah, and you know, for me, guys, that's a really big thing, because like obviously being twins, I really know Lyndal and understand Lyndal. So yeah, she does always have a smile. She's always going to carry that positive attitude, because at the end of the day, that's what gets her through every day. So even the first video that we did a few weeks ago, even at the end of that, I just didn't realise how unwell she was, and she nearly passed out. So, you know, and once again, she did that whole video feeling like that, but she just sort of really tries to carry on and do the best that she can. So that's why I'm going to start sitting down a little bit more doing the videos, because that was a little bit long for her that day as well, and, you know, she really does tire now. But Lyndal brought up, like, with her children at home and herself and all the medical costs and the food, that is the reason why I have started this GoFundMe for Lyndal, because at the end of the day, you know, it's what everybody takes for granted every day. It's just food on the table, you know, being able to put petrol in their car,
that's right.
have their mobiles, that sort of thing. Lyndal just actually cannot afford those things. As she said, she hasn't been able to work for a long time. So the GoFundMe is from me to my sister, really trying to ease that burden, that financial burden that she has, so she can wake every day and fight the battle that she's fighting without having to worry about all those other things.
That's right.
That
it's
control.
Very stressful, and having
it is
financial
really stressful
issues and the cost of everything, and I have to really, for myself, for what I'm doing, I really need to heal, and stress is one of those biggest things that is a no-no. So what I can say, guys, is please get behind us. Please, you know, hop on board, follow Lyndal's journey. It's hashtag Lyndal's Fight for Life for Instagram, Facebook, and even the YouTube. Please give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe and share for us. As I say, it is about Lyndal and her journey. Follow me, guys.
Follow. Show the support that she needs.
I'm doing a detox in this raw plant foods. Let's see what happens, guys. I told the oncologist that I need 3 months off to do this, to really try and get my body right. So I'm actually really excited about doing it. So
Lyndal's always been very passionate about you know, life, health, inspiration, motivation, health, all the sort of things. Nature, we love nature. That's why we're always outdoors. I know that's always a little bit more noise and a little bit windy at times, but
and
that's
if we
what
can
we
just
want to
help
do.
one person as well. One person like me that out there that's got breast cancer, you can talk to me anytime, make contact, or you want to hear what I'm taking, and then I will do that along the way and let you know how I'm going. So I think the last thing for me today is just follow Lyndal's journey. Please help me support her. Yes, please.
Because we really do.
Yes, please.
We
Thanks,
really
guys.
do need that. And she's a beautiful lady and a kind soul, and you know, it's her time for everyone to maybe look after her. So GoFundMe, Lyndal's Fight for Life. Please jump on and give us a shout, share us out, share us around and everything. But yeah, that would be amazing. Every little thing helps, and we appreciate it so much. So thank you, guys. We'll have a chat next time we get on video. Until then,
See ya.
peace.
Sunday afternoon in the breeze, and it's beautiful.
Woohoo! Love my sis.
I love my sis.